Hey everybody, I'm back with another video. So, um, first off, it's not like a comic book, but it's, nerdy and whatnot, so I started reading Ready Player One, in case you're interested, I guess. Please don't spoil it, because I'm, only so far into it, so it's, you know. But yeah, and I watched the first episode of Defenders, even though I know what you're thinking, I haven't seen a review for Luke Cage or Iron Fist on your channel. Well, I haven't finished either of those. I finished Jessica Jones and Daredevil Season 2, and I just sort of stopped watching it. So yeah, there's that. I liked the first episode of Defenders. I really like Jessica Jones. I mean, I've seen, the show and everything. I just I don't know, it's just she's really starting to click with me. It's kind of funny. I don't know. And then there's, Daredevil, and he's cool. And Luke Cage I like Luke Cage a lot, because I like how it, focuses on the city. I don't know, just like that. Just focuses in Harlem and everything. And then Iron Fist, I kind of don't want to watch it because I heard Iron Fist is really bad, so I'm just kind of whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, I heard it was really awful, so, I'm probably going to finish Defenders sometime, so I'll probably make a review for that. I'm probably going to watch Young Justice soon, because I've never really, seen Young Justice. I've always seen, the first, 2 episodes when they first came out, and that was about it. I saw one of them where, Blue Beetle had, they had, stealth suits, they were black and everything. Also, little fun fact, I got Injustice 2, and I love it. If you want me to review this, then just tell me to review Injustice 2, or just type Injustice 2, or whatever. Even though if I tell you to, tell me something, you never actually put it in the comments. So, if you want, then tell me to review this, and I will. So yeah, I like it a lot. I haven't got any of the extra characters, because I know there's Red Hood, and Starfire, and Darkseid. I'm probably I don't want to get Sub-Zero, because even in the first Injustice, I never got Scorpion. So I'm not going to get any of the Mortal Kombat characters. I'm just going to stick with the DC characters, because it's a DC fighting game. There's not supposed to be Mortal Kombat characters in it, because that's what we have the other game for. The DC versus Mortal Kombat. But, yeah. As the title suggests, I just got done watching the new Spiderman show a couple hours ago. So, what did I think of it, as I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, you're probably wondering? I thought it was alright. It wasn't, the best show ever, but it was, good. Yeah, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts at the moment. So, there will probably be, I'm probably gonna spoil it, so if you haven't seen it, then don't watch this. Spoilers. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the first episode, we start off with, there's some gunfire, and there's police, a shootout sort of thing. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. There's a shootout going on. So Spider-Man swoops in, and of course, if you haven't seen the first 6 little shorts, because Disney XD had some clips of the show on their YouTube channel, so I'd go watch those first, because it's sort of it's just the origin story, but it sort of helps because it explains the web shooters and everything. I find that kind of interesting, because he always changes the PSI of the web shooters. We've never really had that happen before. It's mostly just oh, I'm gonna shoot a web and do this and do that and blah blah blah. It's never been oh no, I need to change the PSI for whatever sort of web modifier. I've never really seen that happen before, so that's interesting. So we have a shootout and Spider-Man stops it, and then he and Harry go to school. Although today is going to be a special day because Max Modell he runs Horizon High, which is kind of cool because if you don't know Max Modell from the comics, he's like the main guy at Horizon Labs, which is the place that Peter Parker was working at for a little time in Dan Slott's run. And he liked it a lot because, he's a science nerd and he, wasn't getting paid $5 an hour by J. Jonah Jameson. He was getting paid, like big bucks because he's using his brain, and you get paid big bucks for using your brain. So, yeah. So there's kind of like a nod to the comics in the show. So Peter Parker's really excited because he's, that's like his idol and he knows everything about him. So yeah, Max Modell's gonna recruit one person to go to Horizon Labs. And Harry Osborn is already a student at Horizon Labs. So, what we have is Max Modell does his presentation, and then Alistair Smythe, he sets Harry Osborn up. And there's this big, contraption that, Anea Cornelia or whatever. She's like a spider person lady. She makes this a thing. I forgot what it does, but Alistair Smythe sets it up and it like explodes, and it does all this damage around the school presentation or whatever. And Spider-Man has to go in there and stop it because then the Vulture swoops in and he does more damage. So like we find out that Alistair Smythe's sort of working with the Vulture, and he's trying to like stop Harry Osborn from going to school and like having a good life. Basically, he's trying to set Harry Osborn up, and we don't know why. So yeah, he fights the Vulture. Okay, let me back up a little bit, because when there was the big shootout, the Vulture swooped in and did some damage to that. So Spider-Man's already fought the Vulture once, and he fights him again, and so yeah, and he stops the Vulture, and Peter Parker, of course, there's like a giant fire because of all the explosions, of course, and Peter Parker gets out of a Spider-Man suit, and he fixes the contraption, and it makes it rain, I guess, not money, but actual water, and it puts the fire out. So yeah, so then Max Modell sees Peter Parker fix the thing. I guess he technically breaks it, but he put out a fire and he used his brain. So Max Modell sees that and he's like, well, you're a genius, so come to Horizon Labs. So Peter Parker's all excited, but then it turns out that Aunt May has to pay the tuition fee. And that costs, I believe it's $48,000 is what I remember. It could be more, it could be less, I forget. So yeah, now Peter's like, do I want to go there? Because Aunt May's going to have to pay it. But then he goes there anyway, and then on his way to school for his first day of Horizon Labs, he runs into the Scorpion, and he stops the Scorpion. And, yeah. Then he goes to school, and he asks for the janitorial job at Horizon Labs, and Max Modell's like, actually, I want you to be my assistant. So now Peter Parker's working for Max Modell to be his assistant, so that's kind of cool. But then as Peter Parker's thinking of ideas, because that's the big thing, is you have to actually do something in the school, you have to help people with ideas, and use your brain, because you're supposed to be there to use your brain, so it's good to, like, use it and stuff. So Peter Parker's stayed the whole night there, and he's like, I got it. Because right now, he's still got the really crappy Spider-Man suit with the goggles and the hoodie and everything. So he's like, I'll work on my Spider-Man suit. So he makes a brand new Spider-Man suit, of course, the classic one we all know with the webs and the big spider eyes and the spider logo. So he makes the classic suit. And then some weird robots that nobody knows what they are. They're spider slayers, and they've come to like steal some of Harry's inventions or do something with Harry's inventions, because they've gone right in. The writers of the show have gone straight into the Goblin subplot, like right off the bat. And Harry Osborn's basically making pumpkin bombs, and he's basically making Goblin tech. So yeah, and then the Spider Slayers are like trying to they're destroying Horizon Labs, and Peter Parker makes his new suit and he stops them. So yeah, that's cool. But then Max Modell goes to talk to Harry Osborn about the suspension, because Smythe said that Harry Osborn rigged the contraption from the first episode. So Max goes to talk to Harry about what's going on. And then more Spider Slayers pop up, and then Spider-Man has to go in there and stop them. And she stops them. And there's a little joke in there, because everybody's like, hey, don't I know you? You sound familiar. Because, of course, it's Peter Parker, and, so he, always does, when he's fighting the Spider Slayers, he starts speaking Spanish, which I thought was kind of funny. So, yeah, he stops the Spider Slayers, and him and Harry talk. And that's basically the summary of the 2 episodes. So yeah. And then Peter also learns that with great power comes great responsibility, and he finally takes the mantle of a superhero. So some things I thought were kind of weird. I'm still debating on whether I like super nerdy Peter Parker, because, everybody knows that Peter Parker's a nerd, and he's good at science and everything, but I don't know how I feel, because I feel like they almost take it to the extreme. Like, he's always, making some sort of science pun, or, saying something nerdy, and it's like, come on, just stop. Just one time, just say something normal, please. I don't know if that's just me or not. Also, Patton Oswalt is, Uncle Ben. I kind of don't like that. It's kind of just sort of off-putting for me. Because to me, Uncle Ben should sound kind of like older, more mature. Have some sort of like an old man kind of voice, I guess. So yeah, I thought the Spectacular Spider-Man Uncle Ben was pretty good, but then Patton Oswalt, I don't know, he's got the Patton Oswalt voice, so it's not it's kind of off-putting. And I'm not watching Spider-Man, I'm watching Patton Oswalt play Uncle Ben, and it's kind of weird. So yeah, that's my review. So since I saw them together, just the 2 episodes, I'm gonna review them as such, just one big, hour-long episode, I guess. I will give it a... Let's go with a B+, because, there are some things I didn't like, but for the most part, it was relatively good. There were some jokes I liked. I'm still debating on whether I like Peter Parker or not as a character. So yeah, if you have any suggestions on what I should review or anything, tell me what you thought of the premiere down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Peace.